Hey guys, how are you tonight? Um, it's been an interesting day, that's for sure. There's a lot of questions that were put out there today, and I'm going to address as many as I can tonight. And please forgive me because I have been to the emergency room earlier with anxiety and panic. That's not something I joke about. This has really affected me a lot. Now, I know you guys have a lot of questions, so um, give me, please, just a few minutes to show you what I have. And hi, everybody, by the way. Then, if there's anything you want to ask, I'll answer it. As most of you know, I don't have any mods anymore except Sarah. She stayed with me. All the others quit. They're going to have their story of what happened. We all have a group message in Facebook, and I just asked him, I said, which one of you guys is the hacker? Because I know it was one of them. And Mel called me a fat fuck and said, come on, everybody, let's get out of here. We don't get paid enough for this shit. And I'm not going to out anyone. I'm still not going to say who the person I was texting with, the sexting, I guess you want to call it. We're both adults. She didn't seem, they're saying that she has a mental issue. Well, when me and her talked, she didn't seem like she had a mental issue to me, and we spoke even on like voice message on Facebook Messenger. We talked, and she didn't sound like somebody that would have a mental issue, and I don't think she did. I think maybe she just got mad at me and released her messages. We just came on Angelina. So anyway, all of the mods have left except Sarah. And then there's money questions about money that I took up for people. I spoke to Gingy earlier. She's the girl that set up the. Okay, Sarah, sorry, hang on. Gingy earlier. She's the girl that set up the. Okay, Sarah, sorry. Sorry about that. Do you have it now, Sarah? I kept asking the mods, please don't block anyone. Don't silence anyone from day one. I said I don't want to censor anyone, and I don't. And we would be in a live, and messages would be blocked. They would be timed out, and then people would come to me. Why am I blocked? Why am I timed out? And I would seriously be sitting there looking stupid because I didn't freaking know. So, anyways, so anyway, guys, Gingy, when Heidi Bouchard was found passed away, she set up a Facebook fundraiser for Heidi's parents, and I've spoke to her and what money she's got, and then I have a picture because some of the money is still on hold in my PayPal because when you first start a PayPal, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but if you're not an established seller, it makes you I could check and see who they blocked afterwards. I'm trying not to read messages because I'll get distracted, so I apologize, but give me just a second. After I explain everything, I'll start looking at the comments, and I'll answer all the questions that I can. Okay, so anyway, some of this money is still on hold. I've spoken with Gingy about this, There's how much money that was donated to the Bouchards that is still on hold. Now, that will go to Genji as soon as it's off of hold. I've spoken with her. She knows about this. She knows about the situation. The electric bill that we took up money and paid the lady's electric bill. It's really sad that I have to do all this, but I'm going to because I don't want people to say I'm a liar and this, that, and the other. So look at the date, look at the time. You can go back and check the dates of when we took up the money. She needed $400 for an electric bill. There's that. I blacked out her last name. But at December 14th, 2019, go back to my lives. Watch when we took up the money. There's the date it was sent. I think that's one day after we took it up. So there's that. There's the money that's still on hold going to the Brouchards. Here's the money where we paid someone's rent. I do have a green screen. I didn't want to hang it up tonight because I actually have neighbors in my duplex and I didn't want to wake them up. So tomorrow when I come on, I will have a green screen. I bought this out of money for Patreon. I bought this. Here's the receipt. It's a camera and microphone. I'm going to turn the camera off. Hang on 1 second. I am smoking again, so you will hear a lighter as I am smoking. Genji, I hope you've seen that money's still on hold. I will get it to you. Just give me a second. I'll get it together. And they say that this girl's a victim. And I know that there'll be a lot of videos made about this, but I really don't care. I care less. I don't care what they say. So, there is the receipts for what I have tonight. If there's anything else that needs to be proved, I can get tomorrow probably. There was the rent, the electric right there, and then the funds for the funeral was all right there. The little guy that was laying in the bed that I showed the Facebook video of, we never took up money for him. We just showed the video. So there's the proof of all the receipts. I wouldn't lie to you guys. Apparently, this girl I was texting with, I don't know if this was a catfish or if she's real, but the email messages were accessed by one of my mods, and I don't know who. I can't point my finger at any of them. All I know is this: yesterday, I was talking to them. We all have a Facebook Messenger group chat. There was 5 mods yesterday. There's 1 today. We have a group message. Well, I sent a message to them, and I said, I'm not gonna lie. I said, Grumpy Granny is as crazy as Iva. She just hides it better. And I mean, as soon as I sent that message, in the snap of a finger, Grumpy Granny messages me and says, "You've messed with the wrong woman now." And I was like, "What?" And she told me exactly what I had just said to my moderators, shell shocked, wrenches, banners. Yeah, Jesse left. Jesse, Mel, Cassius, Vicky all left. Sarah's the only one that stayed. And as soon as I said that, she messaged me. So right then I knew that it was one of them. So then tonight, no, one of my mods is not Grumpy Granny. I said this to my mods, and then immediately Grumpy Granny messaged me and said, told me what I had just said to my mods. So, and then tonight, I went to the ER for anxiety and panic, and trying to think, my head's all fogged up. My son spoke to the mods on my phone. That's the only person that my son talked to was them. And then in Grumpy Granny's videos tonight, she said, "Oh, and he's in the hospital with chest pains and numbness," which I really was. I have numbness in my hands when I have panic attacks. So I don't know if I was catfished or if the girl I was talking to was really real, but just for the record, I did not offer her a green card or to marry her. I mean, we did talk. We talked a lot about sex, but we talked about other things too. It just wasn't sex, but it was a lot sex. And the audio clips that's going around, thank you. They recorded my conversations with this girl that I was talking to, and they took bits and pieces of it and broke it down into little sound clips, and they slowed it down, and it did sound really creepy. So I'll admit, if you hear that, it does really sound creepy. So that's pretty much the story. I think that's all the receipts, maybe except one that they asked for. You guys got to think Grumpy Granny is a school teacher, and in her in the chat room tonight, she called a bunch of them fucktards, and then she said that I picked on somebody with a mental illness. So you guys take that for what it's worth. So anyway, that's basically the story I'll had. If they come out with these messages, I have the messages. Look, Kelly says no one records a conversation unless it's a setup. Very true. And I have messages from both sides of the conversation. They have messages, and they've blocked out the females part of the conversation. So it just shows what I said. It doesn't say what they said. But if they release this, I don't want to, believe me, guys. They say I'm threatening this girl. I'm not threatening this girl. I'm just saying, if they make it look like I'm the horrible one here, I can just prove that it was a two-way consensual conversation. That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, after tonight, can we please just go back to true crime and maybe some parodies every now and then? And I will have the green screen hung up tomorrow. I know that was questioned too. I was really wanting to set it up out in my garage so I could tie in my HVAC to the garage outside. So yeah, if they recorded my call, and like I said, they took like 3 little sound clips and they slowed it down, manipulated my voice. And it really does sound creepy as hell. When I listened to it, I was like, Jesus God, I sound like that when I'm talking dirty. No wonder nobody wants to talk to me. But yep, that's it. And I know they're going to make all kinds of videos about this making fun of me. I really don't give a shit. What they do on their channel shows their character. And you guys have seen, like she said, here's the evidence. There's your evidence. And I refuted it with what I had. And you guys can make your own. I say it all the time, but you can make your own decision on who you believe. You can talk about sex, porn, or whatever else you want with me. Consensual adult. All right. I'm not even going to Kelly's conversation. Screenshots very clearly show it was a mod. When their cell phone info matches up to the other screenshots she's posted. Me and Kelly worked on this till 4:00 in the morning last night, figuring out whose phone took the screenshots. So I knew all day today who took the screenshots. And Grumpy Granny says, oh, she's not going to say it isn't Mel, but it is what it is. I didn't know they was using your kindness to help me. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't told I was being recorded. I think pretty much what's happened is I've been probably catfished, which is kind of embarrassing in itself, but it is what it is. Yeah, Kimberly, she did. Because what happened was I asked them because I knew one of them had to be the one saying something, because immediately 2 messages I sent them got back to the other person. So what happened is I said, just fess up, guys. Which one of you done it? Just be adult enough to admit what you've done. And yeah, we had login proof where it was logged in the other country and everything. So I knew who done it. I just wanted them to tell me the truth, and they didn't. And that they just said, they said to me, they said, whatever, you fat fuck. And I have the message to prove that too. And then that person said to all the other mods, come on, let's go. We don't get paid enough for this stupid shit. And Vicky Rogers, you said that you needed all the proof 100%. Well, there's your proof. I just showed you everything. And nobody's been blocked. Sarah's the only mod I have tonight, and I told her, do not block anything. Do not time anybody out. I've got a thick skin. Let them come on with it, because I'm here to answer questions. And if what I've showed you is not good enough, I don't know what else I can show you. Is Grumpy Granny your grandma? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, to address the unemployed thing, there was an email that they took screenshots of where I was talking about losing a job back in July. And I had this job for, it would have been 7 years in November. And I went on FMLA and this job fired me. And I've talked about this before on my channel. I don't know. They must not listen very well when I talk, but um, I said, I've got a lawyer. I've talked about having a lawyer because I had a case against a company. Well, a company fired me for being on FMLA. And that's why I have the lawyer and suing the company. Now, I'm not unemployed, but I'm definitely not, after what's happened to me now, going to tell anyone where I work. I guess you can go ask AD. He sent a cease and desist letter to my employer. So I'm not unemployed. I actually have 2 jobs. And if you count YouTube, I have 3. And that's the truth. And like I said, I showed you the receipts. Genji, if you don't care, send me an email because as soon as that money's off hold, I do want to send that to you. The rest of it, please. If you're still in the room, FMLA is the Family Medical Leave Act. It's a federal law. And I was on it for anxiety and panic. So they also say that I fake mental illness. I was on FMLA for Antimone. That's if you count YouTube. I get paid for YouTube. So if you count YouTube, then I have 3 jobs. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera back on because I'm all right now. So there's pretty much everything. Since Grumpy Granny wants to forge all these accusations against me, I will do that. And you already told me. So here's Gingy me saying what me and hers talked about. Yes, I will do that. And you already told me you had to wait, and I surely am not questioning you. So see, the person that the money was going to didn't even question me. It's people that don't even have any connection to it whatsoever. Grumpy Granny never donated a dime to that fund, but yet she wants to make a video questioning me on it. What's her problem? She's supposed to be like a school teacher. Yeah, I'm sorry, kind heaven. I didn't mean for that to happen to you. But anyways, after tonight, guys, I said this last night, but I didn't know all this shit was going to happen today. Tomorrow, well, let's go back to true crime and parodies, please, and get past all this freaking drama. And maybe with mods that won't block people and silence them. That's another thing. Everybody kept saying, "Oh yeah, you said you would never block anyone. You said you would never censor anyone." Guys, I'm telling you, I begged them not to block people, not to silence people. And then people would message, "Why'd I get timed out for? Why'd I get blocked for?" And then I had to ask them, "Why are you doing this?" And Mel would just say, "Oh, we've got your best interest at heart. Just, you've got to trust us." So we're going to go back to parodies and true crime. I'm dusting myself off. They've thrown the accusations. I've refuted it. So there you go. Watch the video. Apparently, I just trusted the wrong people. And I will be a whole hell of a lot more careful in the future. So if you, and please don't take this as me being a smart ass or anything like that. If you ask me if you can be a mod and I don't get back to you right away, please bear with me because it's probably going to take me a long time to find somebody that I feel like I can trust, if I ever do. I don't know. I was blocked for a long time and never did anything. Yeah, there was a lot of people blocked that didn't do anything wrong. And I'm actually going to go back through the list again tonight Yeah, Angelina, I do. Can we maybe talk tomorrow or something in an email? Well, thank you guys. And I would like to say to you guys, right to your face, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for standing behind me in this adversity. Gingy Me said it the other night. She said, when you're trying to do good things, the devil will attack you. Um, just a little short story about how me and Mel met. When I first started, she was coming in my lives, and we was talking. I seemed pretty nice and stuff like that to me, and she asked me if we could talk about her brother that was murdered, and we did. And I just don't understand why they would do this to me. I don't know. I don't get it. Um, it must be a Southern thing here in the United States, and actually, there's a mod on Armchair Detectives channel. Um, Not that, please don't think I'm collaborating with anyone now. I'm not. Um, but me and this girl's actually pretty good friends outside of YouTube. And me and her talk about how it must be a Southern thing that when you tell somebody something, you do it. Um, but I just, one thing that really shocked me was Vicky Rogers questioning me, saying I'd done this and that, and I didn't have the receipts, and that guys, I have all the messages. I never promised this girl a green card. Now, she did say that she was going to come to America, but she said she was only going to come like over the summer for a visit. There was nothing discussed about a green card or anything. Um, and then Kind Heaven, she was telling me, I don't know why they showed her emails. She was saying how she had been to the United States twice, and she didn't know if the orange man would let her back in. I don't know what was wrong with that email, but it got put out there also. I did see a lot of, and then there was one that said, I'm going to set this up through Facebook. I think they thought I was trying to get set up with a girl there, but actually that was a lady trying to get me connected with the sister of Charles Vallow, the murder victim uh, from the one that Alex Cox shot. Um, and just to show you guys something else, I actually had plans to come on tonight and do a live. I took notes all day today, or all this evening, and I was going to go back to true crime today. There's my notes, my handwritten notes, because I actually do like doing this, and I guess what I'll do is I'll work on that tomorrow. Um, so, is there anybody that wants to ask me any questions? It's not the male that's in the room right now. It's not this male, not her. It's not a Southern thing. It's called honoring your word. Yeah, true. And like I said, Genji, send me an email and with your. I don't know when that money's going to be off hold. I looked at it the other day, and I think it said around January 14th. I'm not really sure, but I promise you will get it. If somebody wants to volunteer and take it and give it to her just so they can vouch for me that it went, that's fine with me too. I'm not here to. And another thing, we have helped people in the past. We've helped someone with the rent. We've helped someone with electricity. And we donated money to the Broussards when their daughter was murdered. And unfortunately, because people want to do this stupid shit and question people when they have absolutely no freaking right to, um, I'm not going to ever take up money again. Never. Not one time. It's just not worth it. People question you. And to be honest with you guys, I'm lucky I have these receipts to show you guys, because I was not running YouTube as a business. And people were saying, you need to run it like a business. Don't run it like a social event. Um, So it's lucky I even have these receipts. And the only reason I kept my microphone and camera receipt is because in case anything happened to them, I could exchange it. Um, yeah, and I am back smoking, so, and I don't really give a shit right now. Um, but anyway, there was my notes for today. So what we'll do is we'll do that tomorrow. And what we're going to go over is the Harley Dilly. He's the missing 14-year-old fellow YouTube creator. Um, he's just a amazing um, human being. He's just an amazing person. Thank God Grumpy Granny isn't his teacher. No telling what would happen. Um, and also, I do want to mention this, guys. Peyton Houston was found deceased today. Uh, she was buried in a shallow grave, wrapped in a cloth. They found her, and then they later positively identified her. So that's a really sad end to that story that we was all talking about. Hopefully, the people that's responsible for that um, will be brought to justice. Hello, guys. Well, thank you, Trouble is. I appreciate it, and thank you for the kind words. I really mean it. Uh, and just another thing, guys. Out of just this is just a request. Um, thank you, Genji. And that last $122 you will get, I promise you. Um, it's just on hold right now. Thank you all for support. Life is filled with lessons, and they will, yeah, lessons do make you stronger. That's for sure. And one thing learned in this, guys, is you have to be careful who you trust, because people will tell you, trust me, trust me, trust me. And the whole time they're telling you that, they're pushing the knife in your back. And I'm not going to say it was Mel that done this. I don't know. But all I did was ask for one of them to fess up, because it had to be one of them. And Sarah's still here. Um, so, um, and I trust her 100%. Yeah, me too, Angelina. Me too. And it really hurts when you get betrayed. Uh, it really does, because uh, I've been watching you since September, but did not want to chat. Oh, thank you, really, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, one thing about it is, Grumpy Granny from the get go, she said, "Come on, girls, let's stick together." If you stick together with someone just because your sex is the same and you don't know the issue at hand and what's true and what's not true, then you might not even be standing up for what's right. You might be standing up for someone because just they're the same sex as you. And that doesn't make any sense at all. So, anyway, I hope, thank you, Sasha. I appreciate it. Sorry. So, anyway, guys, there's pretty much my explanation of it. If you guys have any questions, I'll stick around for a few minutes and let you ask away. Nobody's going to get blocked. Nobody's going to get timed out. Um, I've got a thick skin. I've got my receipts laying here. Take off with it. BronMoxley@gmail.com. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, I know. I'm just in shock about it, really. Okay, guys, like I said, if you ask me, it'll probably take me a while. So, yes, I'm staying on YouTube. Unless you all absolutely want me to go. What now? There was a lot of accusations. I didn't see any evidence of anything. They do have messages of me talking dirty with another female, and if they want to show the messages, they'll be blacked out on my part, but I'll show the whole thing. Thank you, Jayla. Thank you very much. And none of the comments overnight will be blocked? Nothing. I was not blocking any comments, guys. Nothing. I said when I first started my YouTube channel, I said, I don't want to be like AD and censor people and their opinion just because it's different than mine. I don't want to censor them. And people would message me, why am I blocked? I don't know. I would ask my mods. Well, they broke rules. I don't. And then I don't know. And people are saying, well, it's your channel. Aren't you in charge? And I was just trusting them. Thank you, Linda. You guys really don't have to do the super chat, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but it'll just be something else for them to talk about. I know one thing, I definitely wouldn't want my son to be in Grumpy Granny's class. Well, guys, you all seen the night that the guy threatened to swat me and put a gun to my head, and I said, "Do not block that," and it got blocked because I needed that. I didn't know. I'm fairly new to YouTube. I've only been here like 4 months, and I said, "Do not block that," and it got blocked. Jesse's like, "Nobody's going to call me a bitch." I'm like, you got to have thick skin to do this job. I needed that message. But anyway, it got blocked, and it did. So it's in Australia, Jacko, so it's a different country. Gingy Me says, well, if I thought you was going to steal from me, why would I be giving you money? That would make me pretty stupid. My college GPA was 3.95. Thank you, Gingy. Thank you very much. It really makes me happy that you're here tonight to have my back on this, because it's really disgusting how these women, and I don't want to label every woman, but all of them was women. Well, Cassius, that really shocked me. That hurt right there, because I thought me and Cassius was good friends. Um, but I guess a lot of things shock you. SWAT is Jayla is when somebody calls the cops, like they would give them my address and tell them I was holding somebody hostage or something like that, and then the cops would come in and bust down the door and basically a SWAT team swat me. Yeah, I'm not going to. And that's what I was going to say that earlier, guys. Just a request. Yeah, I really hate that Cassius is gone, but it is what it is. If you guys don't care, this is just a request. Please don't send me any screenshots or links to Iva's or Grumpy Granny's videos or any comments or anything like that, because I'm not interested in what they have to say. You can tell by the way Iva's dogs acted when she was screaming at him and smacking the bed. How she treats them dogs, what kind of person she is. You don't even have to watch her videos, just watch how she treats her own dogs. No, um, Genji, I just so you know, I was just sent a screenshot of that. I cannot see stickers, so I can't pull it up on the screen because I'm running through StreamYards. But thank you for that. I just can't pull it up. Um, Somebody just sent me a picture of what you done, so thank you. I just can't pull it up on the screen to give you thanks for it. Tamara, it's just a video. I really don't want to say and give the person any, you know, I don't want to send anybody over to that place to watch it. I did, Kelly. Thank you, Genji. I haven't seen you say anything back. I cannot see the stickers on StreamYards to pull it up, so that's the only reason I haven't pulled it up. Okay, Gypsy, give me just a second. Okay, thank you, Gypsy. I'll take care of that. That granny video states that they want your channel removed. She is bullying the very thing teachers are taught to protect people from. I agree completely. And you know, Grumpy Granny made the comment. She told someone in a comment. She said, "Well, frig, I forgot what I was going to say now." Thank you, Candy King. I am. It's moving pretty fast, but I am seeing it. It's not, Pamela. It's really not. Grumpy Granny also called people fucktards tonight over on another Facebook page. And then she says that I victimize people with mental illness. I think what these people needs is a mirror to look into. Thank you. Is that Jenna Jameson or Jenna James? That actually put a smile on my face. Thank you. And guys, you do not have to do this with the super chat, please. It just gives them something else to talk about. Want in one hand and shit in the other, they won't get it removed. My dad used to say that saying all the time. Supposedly in Australia, Miss Sunshine, but I don't know. She might be unemployed too. Who knows? She has a lot of time to go around researching people for someone that's employed, but I'm the unemployed one. And you know what? Even if I was unemployed, who the hell gives a shit? If I support my family, who gives a damn? But I'm not. That's the thing. They make up shit and attack people. And then they're like, I know what I was going to say. Grumpy Granny told someone, said, oh, he's a friend. I can't believe I'm having to do this to a friend. Well, I'd hate to fucking see how you do your enemies. Damn. I don't know if she's in Tasmania, and I know that I've um, object is. Live because of the time. I find it hard to believe. Ron, I told you I felt like you was being set up. I'm so sorry. I wanted to be wrong. Yeah, and that's another thing, guys, is they say I keep changing my story. Um, it's not that I'm changing my story. It's that, when it first happened, I thought somebody hacked me. That's really what I thought because, um, I really don't even know what the fuck hacking is. And sorry for my language. I'm just pissed off. Thank you, Melissa. And please, guys, it just gives them something else for them to talk about. Um, Sarah is doing a great job. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sarah has never asked me to make up a rule. I believe that, Angela. I believe that. Well, here's the funny part, guys. I'll just tell you this. Is the day before all this happened, Iva sent me an email cussing me up one side and down the other. And she said, I'm going to expose you for the person that you really are. And then the very next day, an email lands in her inbox. What's the chances of that? I'm not the brightest bulb in the room, but I'm not the dimmest either. You threaten to expose somebody in the very next day, and she's like, "Oh, don't blame me. It just landed in my inbox. I'm just the messenger here." Well, what's your message? Yeah, how convenient. Um, Hope they no longer are here with us. Okay, yeah, back to what I was saying. They say that the story keeps changing. It's not that it keeps changing, it's just that at first I did think I was hacked. And then the more I got to thinking about it, I was like, but hold on, it shows screenshots of my emails, it shows screenshots of Facebook Messenger, and it shows screenshots of WhatsApp messages. And I thought, well, some of that stuff's on data. If they hacked into my Wi Fi or my computer, they wouldn't have that. So I got to thinking, the girl I was texting with. And then I got to thinking, two of my mods had access to my emails because they were supposed to be helping me answer my emails. And what were they really doing? Sticking a knife in me. I don't need friends like that. Something's definitely wrong, Tamara. And like I said, they can go ahead and release everything they have. I don't care. I have all the messages. And if the girl that's involved in this is watching, and she emailed me last night and tried to tell me that her computer got hacked, that she had nothing to do with this. Okay. We ended on good terms, she said. And also, Grumpy Granny says that I did not break it off, that she told that girl to break it off. Farthest thing from the truth. Hello, Lara. How are you tonight? Thank you for joining me. Yep, my computer's locking up on me. I hope you guys can still see me. Hello, cowgirl. Cowgirl is another one that. Um, did you have a safe trip, cowgirl? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. You can go back to your original name now too, um, Kingslayer, because four of the mods are gone. I had to have some of my subs come in under different names because they kept blocking them because they were AD spies. I don't care if AD spies are here. I don't care. LB, it's a long video. Can if you don't mind, just watch it back from the beginning after I get done here. Yes, there is a mod and a mod on the True Crime Files page. No, thank you, Danette. Believe me, Danette, I'm confused too. Believe me. Good night, Jeannie. We will go back to True Crime tomorrow. It's funny. Thank you, Mikey. And give me just a second. I want to pull this one up, and then I'll come back to you. Okay. Yeah. Very true. Let them talk all they want. We support you, Braun, and need to be proud of yourself for how you have handled this whole unfortunate situation. Yeah. Crystal, I'm not sure. When did you send it? I didn't mean that to sound rude if it did sound rude. Oh, yeah. I want to recommend a channel for you guys to watch too. It's a channel called Soul Eyes, SOUL, another word, EYES. Check out that channel if you want. I'm not telling you what to do if you want to. Um, no, Kind Heaven was just we was just me and Kind Heaven was emailing. She was telling me about her trips to the United States. She asked me how tall I was. And I asked her for pics, and I specifically said not dirty ones. And Kind Heaven, you can vouch for that. They've seen the emails tonight. Well, I'm not telling you guys to unsubscribe from anybody. Um, you make up your own mind about that. Welcome back, Kingslayer Wifey. You won't be blocked again, I promise. And I'm sorry you had to come in under a different name just so you could be on my channel. That's really sad that I was that, let them have that much control. They just need content, and you were the victim, unfortunately. Plus, Mel needs subs for her new channel. I support you. Yeah, I know she does. Soul Eyes is a nice, normal lady who supports Braun, but at the same time, she was guiding him to stop the gossip and drama and get back to parodies and true crime. Yes, she was. I will say that. Um, I want to say this to Soul Eyes. She made a video about me saying that I got veered off course, and she's right. I got veered off course. Now, I don't know if I veered the vehicle off course or if I let somebody grab the wheel, but the vehicle did get off course. And starting tomorrow, the vehicle will be back on course with parodies and true crime. I'll actually put a parody up tonight. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. And people said, well, you was in the hospital, but you put up a parody. Well, you can ask Kelly because I showed that to her last night. She said, no, don't post that. And so I made that video last night before I was sick. And when I came on tonight, guys, I was shaking. That's how tore up this has got me. And my chest was hurting, and I had numbness in my arm, and I always get numbness in my hands. I was 98% sure it was just a panic or anxiety attack, but uh, I have a history of heart disease on my mom and dad's both sides of the family, so I always have to check on things like that. Haters gonna hate. There's Soul Eyes right there. Y'all check her channel out. I told her tonight, I said, uh, you might not want a recommendation from me right now, but I'd be glad to give you one because you did. Your message hit home today. It really did. Trust me. And I thought it was when you said, I don't know if you'll see this or not, Bron. And what's the chances that I did see it? But I did. And believe me, your message helped me a lot. Yeah, we're going back to true crime. And well, LB, just if you don't, I'm not trying to be smart or anything. It's just a lot to explain. And I'm getting ready to go here in a minute because I've been on for almost an hour. Um, and it's an hour long video. You can watch it, but I show receipts of the money I've sent that I took up. I think I might be missing one receipt. I'm going to try to find it. But I was running it as like a social gathering and not a. But well, number one, I'm not taking up money anymore ever again. If you guys send super chat, that's up to you. But as far as like taking money for any like causes or anything like that, I might give you a link to a page or something like that. But I'm not going to be like the middleman to pass it from one person to the next. And that just makes more sense anyway. Just send the person straight to the link. And I just showed the receipt where I bought the microphone and the camera. I'm going to have the green screen up tomorrow. The only reason I don't put it up tonight is I live in a duplex and I have neighbors next door on the wall. I'm going to put it on it. I don't want to wake them up. So it will be up tomorrow. And so see the rent receipt, the electric bill receipt. Gingy knows about the rest of the money for the Bouchards. I think that pretty much covers about everything they said. They said I had 2 or 3 women. The one girl I was talking to, this is the God's honest truth, and I told her in the messages, when I talk to a person, I like to talk to one person only. I wasn't talking to these girls at this all different times. Even if I was, it's probably not. The girl that me and her was talking, she even said, I live in a completely different country. I don't want you to feel like that you're tied down to me. You're a single guy. You have your needs. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, 214 in the house. 71 likes. Let's show Bron some support. Thank you. Yeah, hit that like button. 15 dislikes. I bet I know who 4 of them is. Love your channel, Bron. It shows an honest person to come on and do what you did tonight. Thank you for being you. I look forward to watching True Crime with you tomorrow. Thank you. I look forward to you being here tomorrow. Hello, Brooke. How are you tonight? It feels really good knowing I can talk to you guys without knowing that you're going to be blocked in just a second. And then I have to go on after the live and see who got blocked for no damn reason at all. Thank you, Becca. If you haven't liked it, just like it, please. Yeah, Soul Eyes seems like a really genuine person. So, Linda says 15 people don't like the truth. I bet I can guess who a few of them 15 people are. Bron, they are saying I wear a wig, laughing my ass off. You can't win for losing with some people. You're never going to please everybody. No matter what you do, there'll always be somebody there to rag you. That's for sure. You can count on that. Yeah, even a thumbs down gives me analytics. So I try to tell people that. Even a thumbs down is good for me. So, yeah, Lara, I'm sorry that happened to you that time. I apologize. You do not have to. Me and Sarah, we had a talk tonight before we came on live. And me and her's on the same page. I told her, me and her can build this back up if what's tore down, if anything. And we can build it up together, me and her together. I just want her to be honest with me, and I'll be honest with her. And, For a long time I got off track and I was running it more like a social gathering than I was running it like a YouTube channel. And going back to that, Sarah, thank you guys. Say hello to Sarah, guys. She's a good person. She told me tonight, she said, I stick with you because you've been nothing but honest with me. So just got here, so not sure what's going on, but I support the shit out of you. You're absolutely awesome. Well, thank you just for you 24/7. That's awfully nice of you to say. So thank you very much. Kind Heaven says, apart from AD, of course, I have never been timed out and blocked. So obvious now. Well, Barking Gecko, I do have a question. I thought I seen like where you said that you thought maybe I was dishonest or something. I'm not trying to call you out in front of everybody. I'm curious. Do you really believe what I'm saying or not? I just asking. Leslie says likes are at 69. Uh, feel wrong to hit the button. You're welcome, Soul Eyes. Like I said, you helped me today more than you know. Um, that old saying's true. Misery loves company. Yeah, I thought me and Grumpy Granny was friends. I really did. Uh, and I even went on a live when she first got StreamYards. Went on a live with her, and it really blows my mind that she done all this. Well, I appreciate that, Barking Gecko. Thank you for being honest with me. I like your name, Serendipity. Where did Serendipity go? About 80 participants tonight. Yep. Thank you, Kingslayer. Every time I see your name, you remind me of Seth Rollins. Not that you look like Seth Rollins. I don't mean that. Just your name reminds me of Seth Rollins. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Crystal. It's a very tragic that ended that way. I hope and pray to God that they bring the people that did that to her to justice. Well, anyway, guys, I've been on for a little over an hour, so I guess I'm gonna run. I will see you guys tomorrow. Um, does anybody have any other questions before I go? Because nothing got blocked tonight. Nothing was silenced. Nothing was censored. And no comments will be blocked or censored after this either. I'm just going to wait. Peyton Houston was found um, deceased today. She was buried in a shallow grave, wrapped in a cloth, close to a scrapyard in Alabama. I understand completely discovering the truth. After, like I said, I'm not even going to go see what they're putting up about me. I'm sure it's really good because I got emotional tonight. Um, hello, A Rod. Are you the A Rod? Probably not watching me, right? Um, I will, Penny. Thank you. Um, because she's a teacher. Yeah, did you see what she called people in that room though, Barking? A bunch of fucktards. And then she says I pick on people with mental illness. And I have the screenshots of it, so she can't deny that she said it. Good night, Diana. Avatillo. Thank you for your email today, Avatillo. I'm sorry I hadn't responded to you. Yeah, I like that. Take care, Braun. Those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. Very true. Good night, Dylan. I'll be fine. I've been getting very little sleep here lately. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you guys, and whoever watches this video later, let's move on tomorrow. I've showed the proof. Um, the sexting was between two consensual adults. I never exposed anybody, even though they exposed the living hell out of me. Uh, so let's just move on. My husband used to be best friends with two of her three brothers. She had been missing since November. Oh, God. Let me go back and find your message before this. Um, just so you guys know where I've got all my notes and stuff made up, we will be going a little bit more over Peyton Houston tomorrow because of um, the developments to the story tonight and this evening, earlier today. So we will be going over Sarah Ann Biddick. Okay, I'll look that up. Yeah, we're going to talk true crime and go back to what it was before. Well, when I first go back and watch my first videos and what I said for the channel, and I just let the wrong people have too much control. I don't know, man. I took melatonin once and it knocked me out for 2 days. Thank you, Shell Shock. Good night to you. Thank you, Top Cop. Appreciate that. Pamela says tomorrow's a new day. This channel has just made a major improvement. Barking Gecko says, sorry, Braun, I flipped a bit. I know now, here for the long run. I appreciate that, Barking Gecko. I really do. Thank you for being honest. And thank you for the $20. And there will be some more parodies. I put one up tonight. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. It did not. I did not see if it said that it was a bed sheet or not. It just said that she was wrapped in a cloth and buried in a shallow grave. Yeah, I'll probably take me a couple of Benadryls and sleep for a few hours. I mean, I am unemployed, so when do I have to, worry about it, right? That's so hilarious. Three. I get paid for 3 different jobs. Thank you, Angelina. I look forward to you helping me too. Yeah, we only heard the word cloth. That's all well, I just asked him. I said, just be honest with me. Tell me who done it. And Mel called me a fat fuck and told the others, said, let's get out of here. We don't get paid enough for this shit. So, and they're right. I didn't ask none of them to leave. They left on their own. Vicky and Cassius hurt. Mel and Jesse not so much. Yeah, it is what it is, Barkin. I mean, thank you, Candy. Good night, Candy. Sorry, I was answering somebody else. I agree, Lara. It feels good knowing that I have a mod that will listen to me. Uh, you guys seen it that night that the swatting thing was threatened. I said, do not delete that. And boom, it was deleted. And I needed that. I needed the screenshot. And it didn't matter what I said, they would just block and time people out. So I think me and Sarah's on the same page. And we will, if anything is torn down, we will build it back up and we will move forward. And some great subscribers. That is true. Thank you, Lara. Yeah, I know, Wendy. It always hurts when you're betrayed. Because that's the people you trust and that you care about. Yeah, Mel said she didn't do it. Starting tomorrow, Bron, just move on in direction you choose. I can help not if you ever need help. Good night. Rest well. Good night to you. Thank you, Ange, for sticking around with me. Thank you, Jane James. So anyway, guys, just to go over it one more time, if you want to go back and watch the whole video, just go back and watch the whole video. I showed the receipts, the equipment I've bought for the channel, and tomorrow the green screen will be up. I think that's covered everything. The sexting was between two consensual adults. They say that this girl has I manipulated her because she had a mental health issue. I never got that vibe from her at all, except the fact that she told me she had anxiety and stuff, things like that. And I thought we had that in common, but I believe I was probably catfished, maybe. I don't know. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you very much. I don't want to take this off the screen, not give you credit, but perhaps it was on purpose to cause distraction. Knowing you couldn't do anything if it was gone, nothing would surprise me. I agree. And back to you, Tammy. Really, thank you for that. And you guys do not have to do that. It's just something else for them to say, oh, look, he's over there. Because, they said I would be asking for super chat for my emergency room visit. And I have not. The only thing I said is that I did go to the emergency room. I did not ask you guys for anything. Well, Turkey Mama green screen is where you can actually put, it'll be behind me. It'll be up behind me. And you can actually put up video graphics. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to have a green screen up and I'm not going to know how the frig to work it. So I'm just going to basically have a green wall behind me for a long time until I figure it out. So, oh, thank you, Heather. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Yeah, and getting catfished in itself is, you're right, kind. I do, and I appreciate my support. I'm looking right in the camera and saying thank you guys who supported me and stood up and fought for me and took those blows to the chin. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. BronMoxley@gmail.com. And just so you know, just for you 24/7, it might take me a little bit to get back with you because I have a lot of emails to go through. So please just be patient with me on getting back to you. But like I said, not to keep repeating myself, does anybody have any more questions about what Grumpy Granny's video, her accusations tonight? Thank you, Shell Shocked. I appreciate that. Sad thing is, when AD said it, I was taking up for her. He said he couldn't believe she was a teacher, and now I can't believe it. I'll thank you just for you 24/7. I think I'll try my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. AJ Audrey. There's just been a video released about me that just made a bunch of accusations. No, I'm not getting confused. I'm talking about the first one today, Fiona. The first one I responded to. I'm not getting confused, I know. Kelly says, I want to say I'm proud of you, Braun, for coming on live tonight and being open for questions and not knowing what to expect, not knowing what type of comments and things would be said. And as you guys can see, nothing at all was blocked, nothing was censored, nothing. But I have asked many times, so I gave up. Um, if you was asking me a question, Janny, or however you pronounce it, I apologize. The chat's moving really fast, and a lot of times I'm not looking over at it. Did you have a question? Yeah, Barking Gecko, I know. Thank you guys for everything. I'm trying to pay attention to see if Jan has a question here because I think I might have missed a question she might have had. You didn't know what people were going to say. You didn't know what was going to happen. They could have been easy, especially after these emails are being passed around. Stand strong. Thank you. Thank all of you guys. Life is beautiful says hit the like button. So she told you I didn't. I'm trying to see her message. Did I miss it again? I really hope not. I'm not trying to upset anybody. Oh, do you go and I have filed a police report on this. I did yesterday. And I'm sorry I missed your question. It's the chat's moving really fast. Anybody, if I miss anything you say, I apologize. Thank you, Ollie J. It really is disgusting. I'm going to smoke one more cigarette and then I'll go. I went back to smoking too, by the way. But anyways, not just to keep beating a dead horse, I do want to move on tomorrow. I watched some of Rabid Dog. Um, I put it on. I was at the emergency room earlier, and I watched a little bit of it there. They said he's in the emergency room and act like I wasn't. But you can have your phone in the emergency room. All right, Sasha, 2009. We'll have a cigarette together then. I was shaking when I came on. Yeah, and the thing about it with the police report, this is advice for you guys. If any of you decide to do this in the future, it's not a good idea because the person you're close to today might be the person that'll share your pictures next week. But just a little piece of advice. This is worldwide. If me and a girl is texting with each other, and we share our pics with each other consensually, there's nothing wrong with that. We're both adults. But let's say next week I get mad at her because she goes and talks to someone else. and then I start sharing her pictures, then I'm actually guilty of a crime. So, and there's a lot of people shared those emails. I'm new, but from what I see, you are a very down to earth, kind hearted man. Your positivity and honesty shine brighter than the sun. Anyone who disrespects you is just plain jealous or not right. Yeah, thank you. My favorite comment was, "Who is Gigi? The police? What do you owe her? What's she going to do? Make a video?" Whoever made that comment. Yeah, true. Um, and just for this, just so this is connected together, because I know a lot of people are saying my story keeps changing, but it's not that it's changing. It's just it's adapting because I'm realizing I'm getting more information along the way. Um, well, thank you, Claire. Um, all right, sure. I believe I seen that actually. Um, just to show a little bit of connection here. The day before all this happened, Iva Problem told me, sent me an email cussing me up one side and down the other, saying she was going to expose me. The very next night, New Year's Eve, Grumpy Granny Facebook messages me and asks me if I know that there's an email and naked pictures of me floating around. And I said, no. And she said, well, I've been asked to expose you. No pun intended. She said, but I want to hear your explanation first. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, who the fuck are you anyway? I don't know you no explanation for anything. Um, so just to kind of put those two together, it sounds to me like a setup from the get-go. And it sounds apparently like some of my mods were stabbing me in the back. And I can't say who. I don't know who. I will say Vicky and Cassius hurt leaving. They did. Grumpy Granny is a troublemaker, 100%. And I used to take up for her. And she told Kelly that she was having a hard time doing this because she considered me a friend. Well, I'd hate to see how she treats her enemies. So anyway, guys, if you got your questions, please ask, because I'm going to smoke this cigarette and go to bed. And I will be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. We're moving forward. We're not moving backwards. It's true crime and parodies. That's what I started this channel on. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I suffer severe anxiety, and I get the numbness as well, Braun. Thank you. You think you're having a heart attack. You really do. And also, I have heart disease history in my family on both sides. So you have to be careful with that. I have high cholesterol, and my triglycerides are really high. I take medicine for it. Stop talking shit, Braun, and tell us what has gone down. I've been on for over an hour. Just watch the video from the beginning. It explains everything. Yeah, my hands go numb. Like my hands they'll take like weird shapes. They go so numb. Anybody that's asking what's going on, just go back and watch the whole video. It'll be better to do that than ask me, because I've been on for over an hour, and there's just a lot to explain to it. I do know this. So happy we got you back. Those mods took over your channel. Yeah, they did. I gave them too much control. Whoever said that about trying to watch the replay, you can watch it as soon as I end this, and I'm getting ready to end it right now. So as soon as I end this, you can go back and watch it. I do love you guys. Thank you so much for. Jan says, sorry, I am just upset because I don't want this to not have consequences. This is also something um, me and Kelly talked about is the next person they do this to might not be a very strong person and they might commit suicide. Um, there's no telling what some people might do. So there definitely needs to be consequences. And for all you people that didn't hear it earlier, don't send me any links or screenshots, please. I don't care what they say about me. Um, I think I've answered everything that they asked me to show. And that's all there is to it. I'm getting ready to go. New day tomorrow. Back to true crime and parodies. Um, YouTube Lady Braun, you had some friends that appeared only when the sun shone, and you got ones that will stand with you in the hurricane. And I appreciate that so much. I really do. Um, but I'm going to go. I know I keep saying that, and then I'll see a comment that I want to address. So if I don't stop, I'll just go all night. But good night, guys. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. We're starting a new day tomorrow. If you have any questions, you want to see the receipts of the money, just rewatch this video, and that's pretty much it. Um, Positive vibes. We're moving forward, not backwards. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.